everybody, to Above and Beyond Affiliate Marketing. I'm your host, Jason Ryland. As always, thank you so much for joining us. We see that we actually have uh, uh, 44,000 people that are listening to us right now, and we just want to say thank you guys for believing in us and wanting to help you guys out, because we definitely believe in you. And the skills, things that we give you, it's not something you don't already have. You already have it. You just have to harness it. And that's where we come in. We want to help you harness that, what's inside of you, to be the better you. Whether that's business, your finances, relationships, your career, make you a more well-rounded individual. Now, you can harness this in any way you want. And if you think it doesn't fit, it does. And you can snap to it in a heartbeat and just take action. The one thing about anything that we talk about, anything that we do, is taking action. That's one thing that most people out there fail. They don't make the money that they want to do. They don't build that. What we do is that we try and build generational wealth. When you're talking about generational wealth, we're talking about not only money for yourself to pay your bills, but the lifelong learned lessons that it comes from actually failing and learning from that, moving forward, and failing again, learning from that and moving forward. We are all there, guys, and it's taken me 10 years to get from there to here, but it starts with day one. And as a lot of you guys know, our podcast didn't start until last year, and we've already have over 300,000 followers, and we got 44,100 people talking and listening to us right now. And thank you, everybody, for supporting our show, and hopefully we can be of value and be there. We're all part of this journey together, guys, so why not lean on each other and let's make this a success. Now, let's get into this. So this is going to be part 2 of session 1 of what really matters. And we have one thing that we want to talk about is stress versus happiness. Now, this is where I look at things. Sometimes there are things that in our lives we just create more trouble than they're worth, right? We make mountains out of molehills. And even though they still bring us value, it's what we're going to be working on. So let's talk about that love relationship that we have with stuff. Okay? Now, I think most of us are here probably to do the things that we want. We want materialistic things. We kind of live in a materialistic world. And what I want to talk about is the thing that people tell us we need stuff. We need stuff not only for personal satisfaction, for entertainment, or just those status symbols, the society expectation stuff. Those things are mentioned too in all of this. But all that results in us spending way too much money and having way too many things that we're responsible for, because the more stuff you have, the more responsibility you have. You never think of it that way, but you want that new car, you want that new boat, you want that new whatever. You have to take care of that stuff. You have to maintain it. You have to have a place for it. People, it's all, again, nice and bright and shiny, and it's what you want to do or what you want to have, but you got to maintain it. And as your stuff increases, so does your stress. You don't really think about it, but suppose it brings us happiness in the moment. So that's kind of the status of all those things. Think about it. Over time, the more stuff you have, what you're doing is adding more maintenance to your life. The more expenses you're going to have, you have to take care of these things. It's a vicious cycle, guys. And let me give you an example. If you have a house and a yard, you got to keep up everything that's maintained. That's a lot of work. Plus the equipment, the lawnmowers, the hedge trimmers, the shovels, for if you live in the northern part of the country, you have to have all those things and services that you need to pay over time, like electricity, internet. Especially if you're in this business, you're going to need a good, fast internet, reliable internet, solid. You can't have just some kind of slow thing. Could you imagine doing this in dial-up like people did back in the day? Whew, it would drive me nuts. And that was my generation. Guys, I'm from that generation where when I grew up, we didn't have those things. We didn't have dial-up. We didn't even have the internet. If we needed to do something, it was direct mail. We had to send things out to people's addresses in order to build and grow our businesses. And that was furthest from my mind. Because right now I'm 50 years old. Some people say I don't look it, but I am. But that's these things that see, right now I have a wonderful house, and I got sheds and a house and a massive yard and things like that, and pine trees and woods, and these things take work. And some days I take all day long. I'm out maintaining everything that I have in order to keep things running. So I'm not trying to change anybody's mind here, but it's something to be conscious of. Okay, think of it. Is it worth it to get that nice new shiny car, that nice new thing? Could you do something else with your money? Maybe you're at retirement age, and you're still hanging on to that house, and it's becoming more difficult for you to take care of. But you still want to travel more. Whatever happens to be that's going on in your life, you need to think about these things, and you have to think of what you can do with maintaining your life. And now, if you go from being a homeowner to going to a condo or townhouse or whatever, and you absolutely love it, then you feel like you no longer have that need to have that you don't have that need that lawnmower and all those things. But take whatever fits, guys. I mean, I want to help you, but you still have a lot of work to do, and you don't want to have to worry about what you love to do most. Got it? What you want is the extra time to think about everything that you decide what you really need in life. So again, that's my experience is I love my house. I love my big yard. I don't have a lot of toys. I don't have boats and all that other stuff. You know, I have 3 vehicles. We have a backup vehicle, my wife and I do, because we live out in the country and things like that. Like I said before, we have 2 dogs. I have what they call a Bassador, which is a hybrid, kind of a small little dog, but he's large, you know. He's about 62 pounds, but he's short. He looks like a Basset Hound and a Lab mix. And then we have a Fox Terrier, and that has the high energy and stuff like that. And then we have 6 cats that are indoor, outdoor, and all this is maintenance. All this stuff has to. And then we have an 11-year-old child at home, but we have a 26-year-old daughter who is the EMT, and we're proud of her, and it's wonderful. But all that took work, it's maintenance, and these things that we're going to talk about in this session and the next session is what does it immediately come to you when you're building and growing this business. It is got to be something that you care about, and you have to realize that it's not an overnight, and those people that promise those things, it's exhausting. I'm there with you guys. I bought into many different things that were fly by night, or I wanted to make a quick dollar, or I try to do a few things by promoting, like I had talked about doing organically stuff. I ran up a couple $1,000s in a credit card just in advertising, and I think I came out with $700, out of the sales that I did with that, because I didn't really understand what I was doing. That's why we're here. We're helping. We're trying to want to shorten that learning curve for you guys, but you guys got to stick in there with us. You got to listen. You got to take action, and we're not going to steer you wrong. But you know what? You just got to ask the questions. We can't hand feed you. We can't hold your hand. We do have coaching programs that are available if you're interested. That's not here nor there, but right now, because what we wanted to let you know is that those the stress versus happiness things that we have to do is just that you have to spend that time to convince yourself that doing that one, the toys, I call it toys, the material things that you want to do, you have to convince yourself that this is a great idea. Just not realizing how much work it's going to be at the end. That's what really happens, guys. So, if you have the money, you can hire somebody to take care of that stuff for you, but that's still stress too, because now you're employing somebody to do that, and how much, that's just I know there's people in my network that actually do that and hire people to take care of their stuff, and to me that sounds ridiculous. I'm just like, why? Because if you really wanted that stuff, isn't some of the satisfaction maintaining it? But that's just me, guys. I don't know about you, but if it doesn't stress you out, that's cool. But I've talked to so many people who get these things, and they're shocked by the time that they get it, because they're just like, they take the boat out, and then they get it in the water, and they have a fun day in the water, and splashing around, and fish it, do whatever they want. And then they take it back in, and then you have to dry it off, because it's a law that you have to dry off your boat before you even take it out. You got to make sure that the let's say you have a live well in it, you got to make sure that's taken care of. You don't have some weird river species stuck to your boat, and you got to maintain the engine. What if your engine pukes out on you? You got to take care of those things too. So, anyways, I'm actually talking by experience, not my own personal experience, but somebody that I know their experience, and they had the boat for less than a year and already has sold it. It's that much work. Anyways, I probably talked so much about this, but if you're not going to be using something and it's going to give you trouble, you really got to get rid of that stress in your life. Now, like I said, my wife and I, we have a large yard, and we have a big rider and stuff like that. It takes all day to do, just mowing takes good 3-4 hours. And we got trimming trees and taking care of land and things like that. We love it. We're just all about it. But the thing is just that um, there's stuff that comes with it. There's healthy stress and there's really bad stress. And there's the healthy stress is, making sure, since it's so big, we got things that happen, trees fall down, we gotta cut trees, things that other people don't share this, but they might have something else in their life that they have to maintain. Because, you gotta have a rider, you gotta change the oil in it, we got a snowblower. We're in the northern part of the country, so we have to make sure that that's up and running. We got, we have vehicles to maintain. We got stuff that we love to do. We even help our neighbors when we can, but we love that. But that's our priority, and that's a kind of healthy stress for us. But that's where I would rather be. You may be thinking, you're nuts, Jason, you got all that stuff going on. But again, I'm not trying to convince you, but I'm trying to give you a new perspective. Okay, that's my whole point, to be honest. Okay, think about all the stuff in your life that gives you stress and decide if it's worth it. For me, a whole bunch of this other stuff isn't worth it. But I've learned to focus on my experiences. And that's why we're here today. So, now, I'm going to segue into this focus, right? So, let's focus on our experiences. We're going to move away from the stress. We're going to focus on our experiences. So, we need to focus on not creating more clutter in our lives. Okay? Of course, you got to be careful. Because there's some people out there that, any of you guys out there that travel, and you want to pick up the knickknacks and souvenirs for your kids or your family, your girlfriend or boyfriend or fiance or spouse, whatever, you're going to have all this clutter and you don't want to bring all those things back and create more clutter. Those things are nice as little gifts, but you know what? I would rather take pictures with my phone and keep a journal of all that kind of stuff, and that doesn't take up a lot of space, does it? Because you could actually journal and stuff like that means more if I would ever travel and my wife wasn't with me. These experiences we try and we share together just by journaling, picture taken. That's why we have all these other things, and then we don't have this paperweight that sits on the desk and because that sometimes causes distress too. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But one thing that I think that you can do in your life and to have more money is to get rid of some of that stuff and get rid of that stress. Because think about how you can save money. Now, I know there's probably people out there that are listening to this right now that maybe, see, I don't smoke and I don't drink and I don't have those vices, but I do have, other vices. I like books and I love businesses and software and stuff like that. Sometimes I just love knowledge and I love just can I use all of it? No. I mean, some of it is, I read business books like there's no tomorrow. You'd think that I'm just this really boring, nerdy guy just reading business books and self-help books and everything else all the time. But the thing is, that's what made me who I am today. And that's something that I love. So, but do I need that next self-help book or whatever that mimics somebody else that says whatever? There's only really the key people that I really need or want to listen to that would have any effect on my life. And a lot of that, I get that personally. Some of my personal mentors is Tony Robbins. love the guy, love everything about him. I love his message. I can't get enough of it. And that's just building and growing myself and my business and get myself to the next level. Next one would be Dean Brezios. Love that guy too. I love his message and what he's all about. And these are my mentors. They may not know it, but they are. I study them. I read their books. I've taken their courses. I've done a lot of stuff because that's what is important to me. No. But the part of this is what you're worth. And this is an excellent exercise, particularly useful for entrepreneurs, because it doesn't matter if you're an employee now or what you happen to do that is worthwhile. You can do it. You have the skill set inside you to get rid of the vices to put in and to either save for retirement, save for business, to be that person that you're trying to be. So I'm going to take a quick peek at the chat for a second. And let's see if we're doing okay here. Anytime, guys, just so you know, if you feel like that you want to post a question or leave us a message, something to clarify or give us clarity, if you want to brainstorm with me, love that, guys. So anything about yourself, too, we'll be able to get at it. We're going to get to that, too. So, like I said, how you experience life is going to be up to you. It might be travel. It might be pampering yourself. It might be enjoying concerts, culinary experiences, or the theater. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. If you love to do something, I'd love to talk to you about that too, because that will change when you focus on building and growing yourself. Because a lot in my life over the last year and a half, it's whatever my spouse and I wanted to do, we did it, and we thought about it, and what we wanted was to keep the upkeep of our relationship and our experiences together. Yes, you can go in different destinations and things like that, but still focused on one thing. And you probably aren't using it as much as you planned. And that just works out that way. But you want that generational wealth. You want that build and growing. You want to be that better person, and you have to take advantage. You have to take advantage of this, and you got to have some great ideas. And you know what? That can be a pain, even coming up with that. And that's why we're here. We have a variety of experiences, and you can have the same amount of money or less or more or generational wealth, things that we're trying to do. We get it. We want you to look good. We know you worked hard. We know you want to show what your worth is, and we want you to have whatever it is. If you want a beautiful home, you want your toys, we just don't want you to be stressed out. Okay, we want you to be happy. That's something that's maybe hard to let go of sometimes, is your vices or things, that next shiny new toy. But the less you care about what other people think, or what other people think and have, or what you have, the happier you're going to be. You're going to relieve that stress. Think about it. Who is the person you'd be more interested in talking about? Someone who has that shiny boat, or goes to the lake every weekend, or not that that's a bad person. I'm just saying that someone who gets out there and does stuff and shares their experiences. Maybe the second person isn't as wealthy, but they've experienced many things that they're really very interesting person. Opt to be interesting. I'd hope I'm an interesting person rather than just a status symbol. But I just want to talk to you about this added benefit to experiencing stuff. You're more likely to be active and stay healthy, which I think is an all important part of this whole growing our businesses. So, but we can't be getting bogged down with stuff, being stressed out, and translates into giving up and being less active because you're worried about what's going on. You're working hard, but you're not having time to do this or that. You're not eating as healthy. It just all goes together, guys. We want your experiences to be the best that you can be and not work against yourself. We want you to do the healthy, right thing. My point is, you become a whole person, you can choose any activity you want to that is good for your brain and your body. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that. So, tomorrow we're going to go into, we're still going to be in session 1, what really matters, but it's going to be part 3. We're going to start with anxiety-inducing mind clutter. This again, remember, we're talking above and beyond affiliate marketing. This is all a part of building your business, growing your company. If you think this doesn't apply to your affiliate marketing business, don't be fooled. Okay? This has everything to do about your success, and we want you to be success. Thank you all for listening. A shout out to all those. We've hit a record number tonight. We're so excited to be hitting on January 3rd, and we are already hitting record numbers tonight. So, anyways, thanks y'all. If you'd like to donate to your show, hit the button. If you want to be a part of our show, give us a voice message. Again, sorry, our site is still down. If they're still working on it. But we got some really intelligent people, but we're still forging ahead. We're still here, guys. So we're not going to let you down, and we're going to be here for you. Okay? All right. Well, have a good night, everybody, and thank you all for listening. God bless.